Hello, everybody. Gonna be jamming some ranked today, and also realizing I should really probably figure out some sort of little coming online transitional screen so it's not just straight into it like this. But actually trying to schedule my streams in advance now, so we're looking from about 2 hours at this point, and then a bit later in the day you can check the schedule in your local time down below. I'll be doing some basic drawing, trying to do some little bits of sketching, because I want to get better at art. But, for now, we've been reset. I'm so sorry this might trigger Sparky. Yes, it did. Been reset back down to gold in constructed, but it's earlier in the month than I started last time, so maybe this time we can actually make it all the way up to mythic, because obviously I'm some sort of pro-level player. I'm gonna be able to make it into some play-ins. Totally, definitely. So let's get started on that journey and have some fun. Things are probably still a little crazy with people sorting out their rank again, but let's jam some mono red since I feel like that was doing me pretty well on the lower rungs of the ladder last month. And I'm very excited for the up-and-coming Markov Manor set. Still need to finish going through some of these spoilers, which I will not inflict upon y'all again, because boy howdy had I not done any sort of review stream before, and it really pays to take a look at the things beforehand, so you're not just watching my thoughts tumble out as they come. But still looking forward to it quite a bit. A lot of the mechanics look like it's going to make for a very, very, very interesting and engaged limited set. There we go. Wish mix. Okay, guess it really was taking a long time. Second time's the charm, right? We're playing mono red, so maybe it's just trying to pave over how quick all of the matches are going to be for us, with even longer waiting times between them. Nameless 7538. Alrighty. Chick into Felden and go from there. Seems like a pretty fun game plan. Let's see if we can get that rolling. Crispity crunchity. I was going to try and turn that into something with peanut buttery, I think, but I don't like the phrase chick nut buttery, so instead I will simply share it in this weird reduced form. So with the Felden we could channel Sokensen. I don't think that's a great option. I feel like we're probably running into a counter or a turn it into two maps, but I think we still run it out anyway, because we aren't doing a whole lot else. Oh hey, what do you know? We got lost. Okay. I think we will start with a map on the chick. Okay, draw a land. Probably should have done that first rather than play out our Sokensen, but we can also afford to do the second one. I want to load up the chick since it's more evasive. Well, we draw our extra Sokensen, so we'll call that alright. Jam in for 4, and maybe even try the Rage. Nope. They really had nothing going on. Guess I really should have done the Rage so that we could adversary, but little nervous of some removal there. I think we Sokensen, holding up Rage and probably even the Frenzy, technically. Actually, I suppose both. So this is jamming in for 6, and we've got potential lethal. They have an Emperor, which I'm sure will exile. Yes. But at least now we can feel safe about doing the Rage. And even if they board wipe next turn, we will get to Adversary with a Monstrous Rage, which I think is probably pretty good. And if they're doing that with the Emperor, I can't imagine they're wrathing. Interesting, I have not seen this. But that's some lovely old lore. Okay, lots of ground blockers, but we get to get back our monsters. So Urza assembles the Titans, so the 9 Titans from way back when assaulting the 9 spheres of Phyrexius, right? Or you can fetch out a walker. You can cheat out a walker. And then you get to Chainveil once. Interesting. Pretty sweet. Unfortunately, I think we've got him. Alrighty. Sorry, I feel bad not trying to slow roll them there, but they're playing some interesting cards and I wanted to take a look. I've never been much of a control player. At some point, I should change that, because what better way to learn how to beat control than to play control and get stomped by the people still running aggro and mid-range? Hello, Tack? But there are quite a few times where I see some lovely Planeswalker-oriented control decks, and those seem like something that I would have a blast playing. I like the incremental value. What can I say? Okay, Swift Spear with some rages to back it up. We probably pitch 1 rage to keep our mana and keep the lightning strike. I think that's how we want to do it. Not the best opener, but serviceable. Single blue with nothing to do, but it's probably going to be an opt or something of the like, since it seemed like they took a little while to pass priority. Otherworldly Gaze. So, probably some sort of self-mill. Okay, this is going to be a writhing emergence or whatever. Squirming emergence, is that what it is? Resurrect some stuff. You know what I mean. This certainly does make our mana a little awkward, but I think I like running out the chick. Go a little wider and hopefully get over if they play that little 0-3, and leaving back the rage to blast on through. And I think here we swing in and we'll try a rage. They might bounce it though. We'll spread it out a little bit. Okay. We do have the double lightning strike, so barring some life gain, we might be able to just burn them out pretty darn quick. Another land kinda hurts. Okay. We're getting pretty close to finishing counting down to 20. Okay. Guessing they just had nothing. Mono red is good at punishing you when you don't have answers in hand. Because we just get to go beep beep vroom vroom. Watashi? No? Maybe? Yeah, I don't know the kanji very well, but something. No, I'm not able to read that today for some reason. Let's, yeah, run out a Kumano into a Phoenix Chick, and hopefully another 1-drop, or maybe we get a Feldon. And then we get to play it out with Godric when it flips. Alrighty. Not the best. And I suspect we're going to get ley-lined here. Or at least it's certainly that deck. But we zoom in with a 4/4 Godric, and we've got a backup Godric if they do hit it. I think Chandra isn't going to punch us through, so... Okay, they get some life gain, quite a bit of life gain. But we Chandra, I think probably just tick her up. Or tick her up for damage, I should say. Because 2+1s. Alright, nuke our creatures. Fortunately, we do have that backup Godric, and we can check the top of our library, get a Feldon and a triggered Godric. So rebuilt pretty nicely there that turn. And 2 damage, we've got a lot of options for. They might third path, but deal with a threat. Yep. And draw a card. Okay, and that does it. And the Soken'Zim probably helped there because that's another 2 damage. So reduces the number of options they have. Zooming through those daily wins. We're burninating the countryside. And blank. And blank. Alrighty. Probably a hand we should ship, since it doesn't have anything super proactive on turn 1. And the turn 2 is a little middling. I like this a lot better. And I think we actually get rid of the adversary and just rely on Chick and Swift Spear with some spells to back up. Here we come a-zoomin'. I love the art on these. I know I've talked about it a lot, but it's just very comfy with the lighting contrast and all that good stuff. Counter the Chick somehow? No. Swing in and rage out. We'll rage the Chick, spread out the damage a bit. And again, I love having the 2 power on the flyer. Another Squirming Emergence or Jin deck. Eternal Wanderer, alrighty. Okay, Squirming Emergence for sure. So can we race it? They'll be getting something back. So how much is that descent up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they just need one more thing, but they can get back the Eternal Wanderer next turn, which can be a bit of a problem. However, we can hit for quite a bit this turn, and they are tapped out. So that's going to be 7, 10, 11? That's going to be a lot to deal with, even with a pretty big threat. That's still a lot to deal with what's probably just going to be the one emergence. Because Jin doesn't do it. Eternal Wanderer. I guess Fiora does it, since it can Wrath. But we just need to play with fire, or something of that sort. Atraxa. That does do it, because of that big lifelink. But if we get a lightning strike, or a play with fire, that ought to do us just fine. Actually, wait, they paid a life? Ah, because of the wastes. So, Chandra is also lethal. Unfortunately, we draw a land. And that's Vigilance. I don't think we have a way to remove it. I don't think we're going to be able to kill it, even if we do a Witch Stalker Frenzy. I think we will scoop it on up. Unfortunate. But goes to show you that 1 is not 0. Darkness Eternal. Well, hopefully we can light that up with some fire. Kind of an awkward hand, since we don't actually have any creatures. So I will ship it. I think this is doable. I think we'll pitch a land. Uh-oh. Some sort of life-gainy human shenanigans, I imagine. Yup. Hello, Thalia. Makes for quite the awkward bloodthirsty adversary, so I think we just keep chicking them. Ideally, we draw a land and then get our Facebreaker. But they might just out-aggro us. Glad to get the land. But especially with that life gain, probably too little too late. I am curious why they are splashing green. Wonder if they've got a Sigarda or something of that sort. We will scoop it on up. Win fast, lose fast. Mario the Disco. Okay. Good name, I appreciate. Something something clever plumbing joke. Disco in Latin is something to do with learning, yes? I have vague memories of a post about Disco Inferno being a way that you could, in a very poor way, translate "I learned through suffering." Okay. We could Chick and Lightning Strike and just punch on through. I think I like that more than jamming with Godric, because Inti can be a real problem. And who knows, maybe we draw a nice little 1-drop, maybe a Monstrous Rage to get a flipped Godric. Adeline makes us sad, but we can freely attack. They probably block the Godric. Alrighty. Chipping through. But could really use something that's not a land. Witchstalker Frenzy could be quite good. Ooh, a Nimpakal. Seems like a cute way to get a lot of tokens down. Unfortunately, Feldon does not really punch through, so I think we just attack with Chick and be ready to trade mighty aggressively. I guess I could have held the Feldon, looking to double spell and get down and get a flying Godric. Probably would have been a smarter move. It's just awfully hard to not play the things you have in your hands sometimes. Relic of Legends. Okay. I do want to keep the Godric around. So I think we just chump. With the Swift Spear and hopefully eat some tokens. Alrighty, we can play with Fire to Scry. Because I don't think it will be killing much of anything. I suppose we could have hit in with Feldon. Actually, I suppose we still could hit in with Feldon. And dig a little deeper. Alrighty, we get some tokens out of the way. I'm actually quite okay with that. Kumano for 1 instant damage. I think I might actually like better. Especially since it sets us up for a future Godric, and I don't think it changes our clock all that much. Alrighty, kill something. Okay, Phoenix Chick, so if we can survive this turn, I think we have a decent shot. Lifelink will do it, unfortunately. Lots going on. Good game, opponent. Seems like a fun, many-colored human aggro. Reminiscent of some of the older human decks from when I was doing stuff around in Capenna. Johnny Lippa. Okay. Kumano into Kumano Chick. Very cute witch emote. I like that we don't have to dump our Sokens in yet. I sense that this is probably a control-y matchup. So, always a fan of having things that are hard to counter. Alright. Do we get to do goofy things with Godric? Seems like the answer is yes, but might get faded. Yes. Alrighty, we can survive. We can cope. Especially since if we get to play it again next turn, it will still be active, just down a counter. Okay, Topiary Stomper's off a ways, and they are tapped out. So we hit in for 10, and we've got a Rage. They might depopulate, but yep, alrighty. Even if they drew the white there, which I suspect they probably didn't have it, because then they would have Stompered. Stompered for a Plains. We still had the Chick plus the Monstrous Rage, or even good old Bloodthirsty Adversary. Okay. Swift Spear, Rage Chick, Chandra. Seems doable. Okay. Razor Verge Thicket, I'm guessing this is probably an Toxic style deck. Oh, Doi Enchantress. Enchantress. Something of that sort. I think we squee. And just don't attack with Swift Spear. They probably eat the Goblin. But next turn, I feel relatively comfortable that we'll be able to Witchstalker Frenzy. Now if we draw a land, probably even Chandra and Witchstalker Frenzy. No, not our chick. Alrighty. Chandra, we get the Prowess trigger. And Witchstalker Frenzy, we will be able to do thanks to Squee. I don't think we're casting anything else, so we'll just ping for damage. Swing in. Oh no! Right, because it's creature that attacked, not each creature that is, in fact, attacking. That hurts. That is a... My bad. Okay. Well, we can get the Catilda, but there's an unfortunately good chance that she will come back in some capacity. I think we ping, and then we frenzy on their turn. So that they can't just play out the aura and get that lifelink rolling. Oh, please, Michiko's Catilda. Oh, no, wait, the count. Oh, I'm a fool. Shame concede. I was not thinking about the fact that it would also grow by 1. Man, I should know that. I played so much of that deck. Welcome to Sloppy Plays Are Us. Grumpy Tree. Don't think this hand does enough. Think this is probably a bit better. Ditch the frenzy, I think. We run out the Swift Spear. Consider. So, again, hazarding a guess that it will be some sort of Jin-based deck. Very, very cute sleeves, I think. Well, here we get to check, and then we can Monstrous Rage. They will get to shred, but I'm okay with them shredding. So they just want to make a really big ledger shredder. No, okay, it is a Jin deck. I think we run out the Godric. Then next turn we can Chandra and Chick to get it going. This certainly is a problem, though. 4 toughness is a lot for us to deal with. And unfortunately, if they leave back the Shredder, it will probably become a 3-5 if we flip our Godric. I wonder if we actually, since we drew the land, I think we exile and see if we can get something else interesting. Nope. And then let's see if we can attack in with Godric. It's like if we got a Witch Stalker Frenzy there. Okay. In that case, do not feel like attacking in. And our Chandra will probably die. It's not looking great. Alrighty.
Gotta burn even brighter.
Tapped Jin. Staring down a close to lethal board on their end. Well, we get to run out a Godric and try cracking in with everything. Maybe stave them off a little. Although I sense a bounce spell in my future. Or a block and slip out the back. Lots of options to make us quite sad here. Oh, the march. Oh, that's what it's like being on the other side of it. Well played. I think I still did. You can still have fun while getting dumpstered. Redstone. Lots of My Little Pony out today. The awkward non-double red hands. But it might work. We draw the third land. Ideally, we draw a mountain next turn. Oh, well, what do you know? Gives us a lot more options, and also gives us access to Facebreaker next turn. We're probably playing against enchantments. So, gives us some more sustain. Ooh, that's probably going to be an unanswered naturalist. Which is not where you want to be. Yep, so how explosive is it gonna be? Alright, a Calyx. If they do an Audacity, I think we... No, I guess that will still buff the Naturalist. Okay, they get to hit in for 4, or probably leave back a blocker. Okay, no. Can we race a 5/5 lifelinker? I'm not sure if we can, but the Godric certainly helps. Let's pop the treasure, see what we get. Mountain. Unfortunately, no spells to recycle with a bloodthirsty adversary next turn. So we absolutely can attack with those for 6. We could attack with the Facebreaker and probably get through, and I suspect we aren't blocking with it. Because I don't feel bad trading for a Calyx, so I think we try it. Yep, gets on through. We could have done that for 1 damage, but I'm kind of tempted to try popping the treasure now and see if we... unfortunate. Oh, actually no, that's kind of exactly what we want. So that we can do that with Bloodthirsty Adversary. And I think for this turn, we do want to increase what we're putting over in the air. So I guess we'll put on Phoenix Chick. So that we can hit Godric next turn. And we aren't getting through on the ground anytime soon. Okay. Godric is unfortunate. Are they gonna hit the chick? Okay, get 2 things. Looking pretty bad. And we absolutely cannot allow Calyx to get through. We don't have to worry about it, though. Okay, we shall adversary. Okay, so both of those get through. So, okay, 4 in the air, 3 on the ground, and then we could make that another 5, so that would be 7, 12, which would be 1 short, so we probably don't want to put the rage on an etching. So, I guess, let's just put it on the adversary. Think we've lost, but we haven't technically lost yet. Yeah, man. Unanswered Naturalists on turn 2 is very much a death sentence. The Calyx is bad. The Calyx is the payload, but Naturalist lets them get so bursty. Hollowed Haunting. Terrifying. Alrighty. I think we double block Calyx. Go to 9 and hope for a miracle. Not an actual miracle. We don't have those in the deck. So, 4 would trade. And then 5 gets through. Yeah, no, because lifelink, we could double Foundry, but the lifelink makes that not work out. Alright. Not quite as blazingly successful with Mono Red as I was about 2 weeks ago when I first threw together what everyone else was running. See Fear. Do they not see Fear? Double Chandra, a little awkward, but I think we can curve out nicely. Okay. It's that Amina Harker sleeve. Very nice. Still haven't actually read the original Dracula. Book that I should at some point, because I find a lot of the evolution of vampire mythology fascinating. I particularly enjoy media like Castlevania and whatnot, where they're trying to take a slightly more naturalistic approach to vampirism, like, you know, they're highly evolved predators and whatnot. But, so they're thrown off by complex geometry, because a lot of predatory animals, their eyes adapt to see particular types of geometry better than others. That's why cats' eyes are the way they are, and the pupils narrow when they're getting ready to pounce. So the argument in the show is that the cross is a geometric shape that confuses their highly complex vision. And yet, a lot of them are knights running around with swords in the shape of crosses because of the hilt. because while that may not be the most efficient shape, swords were not particularly meant to be efficient. Swords are very good at cutting down people in cloth armor and whatnot that aren't particularly well defended. They don't do a great deal against armor, but they're in the shape of a cross because, at least in a lot of European ones, because of the religious iconography. Alrighty. Virtued. We get to Chandra, tick up, deal a damage, and play out a Kumano. Both of these triggering prowess. So smack through for a bit, and hopefully Chandra can help us dig into some more board presence. But yes, so vampires would not be particularly fond of swords, I would have to imagine. Alright. I think we dig with Chandra, but we're likely going to just be casting this lightning strike on the skitter. Alright, we get a land. Zap the skitter, and let's get a scry, I think. The rat can't block. Phoenix Chick is board presence, so I think I'll take it. We do get a flipped Kumano next turn. Shieldred the Apocalypse. Going to make things a bit difficult unless we get a Witchstalker Frenzy here. Instead we get another land ripped off the top. So I guess we just plink in and make sure that they only gain 1 life this turn. I suppose they only gross 1 life. Or net 1 life. Been a while since dealing with that fiscal terminology. At least it's a very pleasant battlefield upon which to die. Elias Ilkor. Soul Sister and Aristocrat. Alright, get a land. Let's see what we get off the top. We've been looking at a lot of land. Okay, but at this rate, there's a chance that we get to Emblem Chandra, which could be quite funny. Wow. Igonjoing our chick. Yeah, that one rat attack, actually quite relevant. It's 1 more turn before we get to Emblem Chandra, if we get to Emblem Chandra. Roaming Throne. Okay. Double up on Shieldred triggers. And... okay. That's actually quite sweet. Monstrous Rage. At the very least, it does allow us to attack in with etchings, I suppose. Actually, let's attack in with the Swift Spear, I think. I assume they simply do not block. Or they do. Alright. I will trade a Swift Spear for the throne. That's until end of... Oh, it's only this turn, so okay. I was thinking I could hold back the etchings and potentially defensively do it. So we will not be embleming Chandra. So, do I feel like exiling Elias Ilkor? I think the answer is no, because I don't think we have any chance of winning ditching the etchings. Voice of the Blessed, so lovely little... Okay, mid-rangey life gain. Might have to play around with something along those lines. What an unfortunately late frenzy.
Come on, Chandra. Think of something good.
I think this could have gone very differently if that was might earlier, but such is the way of magic. And that Voice of the Blessed probably just kills us. But this actually looks like a very nice little mid-range build. I don't think I have any Voice of the Blesseds, but I have a number of the other pieces. Make some more virtues. Probably also want to play the white virtue. And with that life gain, I am simply kaput. Good games. I think we probably do one more match of mono red, make it a nice round right around an hour, and then switch over to doing some Phyrexian shenanigans. Akrats. No turn 1, and very loaded up on our 3 drops. I think we ship that away. Whereas here, we can ditch a mountain and get along relatively well. Probably Swift Spear into Kumano Swift Spear. My preferred art, good old Khans of Tarkir. At some point here, I might play around with doing the lovely little budget artifacts and things that make the artifacts into scary threats. Alright. Well, I think we need to blast on through that. Surge Engine, eh? I'd be unsurprised to also see an Agatha's Cauldron. getting swole. Well, we have Swift Spear and Kumano, and unfortunately can't really attack in here. Did a very effective job of locking down the board. Gingerbrute. I suspect they probably leave back the 3/3 Siren. Yeah. They are in no rush. Do find it a bit concerning that they've left back the tough cookie, but we'll see if we can land the Facebreaker. I suspect this will be a make disappear. Disruption Protocol. Okay. Cute way of doing it. Do you enjoy hard counters? Or, well, I think hard counters are often better than the soft counters. But soft counters often end up working as hard counters in the situations you need them, so could be worse. Yep, I'm gonna make sure it can't be blocked. Oh, except by creatures with haste. Misplay! My creatures have haste. I'm so not used to being able to block a Gingerbrute. I thought it couldn't be blocked except by walls. There's the cauldron. Do they have... They can exile the Surge Engine, but I am okay trading an adversary for a Gingerbrute. A Godric, which I think we send in and see if they are willing to trade their Siren for. As that would unlock the rest of ours, and if not, it's free damage. Man, yeah, no Lightning Strike or Witch Stalker Frenzy to deal with that Siren. And the Schooner! Well, now we're never getting through on the ground. And now they feel like they can attack with the Siren, since it's just a race. We have applied an amount of pressure. Not a great deal of it, however. I think we hold on to the Chick. We don't attack with Godric. Like a Monstrous Rage might let us hit through for what we need. But I am not hopeful. Brewing up some creatures for a lovely stew. At least the Tough Cookie and other gingerbread ones probably have spicy tasting souls. Professional Facebreaker, I imagine, is probably a little tough and chewy. And vampires, I feel like, are probably established to not have souls as undead, so Perhaps a flavor fail, but only X amount that can be reasonably expected. That food also makes it hard to finish them off. And that is not going to do it. So, good game. Not a particularly great showing with mono red. But let's switch it up a bit. See if we can fireball some people out. I would like to build some new decks, but I'm a little hesitant to burn too many Blitzben. Hesitant to burn a bunch of wild cards right before a new set comes out, because it might change things up quite a bit. No white source and a lot of things that we want to play that are white. Whereas this one, we've got the Rot Priests, and I think we just ship off one of the Hopes. And I think we've got a chance to do some goofy stuff. Cut down, cut down. Not ideal, but if we draw another land, we can charge with the Mites, and ideally, it's a blue source. What you gonna take? In their shoes, I would probably take charge, just since it's the most likely thing I am able to cast. March is a defensible pick. Swing on in. I imagine get a poison on. And I don't think we charge to kill the bat, I think we just want to make mites. Graveyard Trespasser. Oh no, our Rot Priest. Alrighty. We can attack through with both of just the mites, I think. And then... oh, I guess that will flip, which is unfortunate. But that does turn our Seed Core online. No blocks. I feel like I would almost appreciate it if they would Demolition Field our Seed Core and go fetch us the blue, but they actually know, so I suspect that will not be the case. We'll sacrifice the Mite.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Skrelv's Hive is not exactly ideal, but sure, a little lifelink. I think we just play to counting up to 10. We could have killed the Lily, but I think we need to just try and burn them out. I think that any turn that is spent on not killing them, the end. Alright, we got one more counter, but I think that will wrap it up for us. Ouch. But no, we could have killed the Lily, but I don't think the discard is too terrible. And just, there's a chance to get some protection and whatnot. Most of our stuff, either we can't play it or we'll be able to play it out when we draw it. I would like to play this other Skrelv's Hive, but that for sure kills us, because we cannot block. So we have to wait. Although I think they simply do kill us because of the Graveyard Glutton. Well, they might not have a creature to exile. Until they pitch it. Alright. Guga. There be beaten. Guess I could have seed cored their bat. Go out more on our own terms. Bum, 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 bum. Dennis. Okay. We can beachhead early. Then turn to a hive. Or seed core out a chorus and hope for the best. Not ideal, but we can give it a go. I think we seed core first. Just try and get things running. However, against enchantments, we might be SOL. Yeah. Unfortunate. Does not bode well. Well, at least we can do a second chorus and hold up bouncing one of their things or phasing some stuff out. But I do suspect a bounce is what we're going to be looking for. Blank the Michikos and make them use most of their turn replaying it. I think the third land is what we're looking for. So that we can do something like Hive and Hope. Oh, and the Calyx. That will probably be the end of us. I think we still Hive if we have any hope of getting wide enough. Venerated Rot Priest could potentially help us, give us fireball potential. Alright. We might bounce the Naturalist, but I'm afraid of an Audacity. I'm not as afraid of them trampling over. Or, that's what I just said with the Audacity. I'm not afraid of them dumping too much of their hand. I'm more afraid about Calyx value. So I think I will bounce Calyx. There's that Rot Priest I was talking about. And then block the Naturalist. So we can Rot Priest. And then potentially... Man, we're not anywhere near fireballing them out, but we might be able to fade them another turn. Calyx. The same Calyx. So we can Rot Priest block Portrait and march that, but looks like we need to deal with that. It's an ability, so they don't get a poison counter off of it. And Skrelv can do that to Portrait, so we will wrap that on up, move forward, because Skrelv can protect the Portrait, and they're removing the blocker, so no real window there to make things work the way we would like them to. Two-pack Amaru. Alright, Chorus, Hive, and some other shenanigans. Maybe this time it will be enough. Okay, some sort of black, likely mono, since it's got the field. It might be an Esper control. I think we will probably Hive this turn, but let's get in with the Chorus. Alrighty. Get a Trespasser. Do not think we want to bounce and discard. So instead, we'll run out a Chorus and leave up a March in case. That helps it prevent flippage. And this is only for the active player, yes, yes, no spells during their own turn. Alrighty. Do. We will take the 2. So we are not quite at... We cannot charge the Sheoldred. But we could snare it. But then they just simply replay it. I think I like Sentry to hit the Trespasser this turn. And we discard probably a Serum Snare, and then hopefully get to actually just permanently deal with the Sheoldred next turn. They will probably block a Might, I have to imagine. No. So do they have a board wipe of some description? Ouch. Alright. Did not realize Gix was each creature with power 2 or less. That is mighty horrifying. So I think we'll probably be marching both of their creatures. And ditching a snare. Alrighty. No attacks. Bloodletter. We've got a chance. Yup. We will pay the ward. then we could snare the bloodletter, but I believe we have run out of options. Yes, so, alright. Bum bum bum. Van Looy. Okay. Nothing really active. The Jawbone Duelist is, but no land. This is a bit more opportunity for being active. We'll probably ditch charge. Alright. Yes, ditch charge. Lets us chorus. We will be playing Hive a turn behind schedule, most likely. But we've got a chance to draw in, and I like just getting something down and getting poison on when possible. Esper control, what are you gonna take? Probably a Hive? Or maybe the March. The Snare, alright. Would like to get down the Rot Priest, but I think we wait and get our Hives cooking. Particularly because they know about them. Alrighty. Awesome, we can Rot Priest and Hive. I would like to keep up the march, but I think we just need to try and get wide. Guessing make a very big bat. No, make a big Rafine. They're not worried about the life. Makes sense. Okay, we untap with a March and a Rot Priest. I think we swing in with everything. Urtai. In that case, I think we actually snare back our own Rot Priest and then just replay it. That way we do also get lifelink. I could have marched our Rot Priest and the Urtai. I think would have been valid, but I like holding on to the march. Is this all for naught? Do they have a board wipe? It is Esper. I mean, yeesh. We do have double Hive, so we do have to block. Unfortunate. How did I mess up that math? So it's 5, 3, and 2. 8, 10. Wow, I must have doubled up on a subtraction there. But, alright. And that will be game. We probably would have won if I hadn't blocked with Rot Priest there. Wow. How did I get that math so wrong? Did I double up counting the hive, maybe? No, that was 10 damage. I thought we were on 12. Ugh. Oh no, I gained the one off the... Okay. Okay. I am simply silly on multiple levels. This is not a good hand. Hostilities. So we can hopefully end them, although they do have a mono-red classic start. Adversary on 3. And I think I have learned that I do try blocking with the chorus. And sure, we will do our second thicket. Get down another chorus and a Skrelv. And work our way towards getting lifelink off Skrelv's hive. That will exile, so I don't think that's a good block. Do our third thicket. I think we attack with the ones that cannot block. And hold on to the hive. Or, no, we should probably... It's only 1 life, and it gives us a lot more options with our mana next turn. Let's squee triggers. So we're looking at... Nope. Oh no, because we do gain a life there at least. So we are not dead. Now we are dead. The hostilities have ended us. Donnie M. Sanchez. Okay. Rot Priest with protection? And a duelist, potentially, instead. Okay. A beanstalk deck. Gives us fewer opportunities to do silly things with Rot Priest, since a lot of their removal is abilities, so I will run out the Duelist to apply a little more pressure and hopefully sneak under. On the Duelist, I imagine. Alright. I think we run out in the thicket, and then we hold up that snare for a charge. Alright, I'm okay with them taking a turn off to play out the invasion. Although that does put them to a scary land count. Plains. And then a repeat of last turn, I think. We do have an activated Seed Core. So the question is, do I save the Rot Priest, or do I just lay out 2 new Mites? I think... 2 Mites will get them up to 7. This will take them to 6 still. I think it's better to save the Rot Priest and try and hold on to our resources. So I guess this still gets them up to 7. Oh, and we've got 2 Rot Priests. And can still hold up charge. I like that. They may simply Wrath again. Atraxa, okay. And Atraxa is only 1 blocker, however. So, since they've tapped out, I think we charge and probably get lethal. Oh, they do have a land, but it can't play Binding. So, do you have 1 green anything? Feels like they have something with the way it's passing, but live by the sword, die by the sword. Alright. Whew. It's about time we got a win. Being back where you started the day in gold, with that 2-to-1 ratio of win pips to losses. Not doing super great. Skunky Herb. Alright. We've got our mana. So it'll be up to the draw whether or not we actually have enough to get them dead. The paper cranes are very beautiful. Should play around with origami at some point. Thinking long and hard about their opening hand. Alright. Hopefully it's a good one for them. Spirit Bear. I sense enchantments. Weaver. We could bounce Weaver. I think we bounce Weaver even though we don't get the counter off of it. Lets us hit in for 1. And and slows them down, I hope. Alright, Calyx. I assume, yeah, you put it on your own. Alright, so we could try and get Hive going and go wide that way, or I think I just pass and try and charge. Although they're going to get some enchantment value, I assume. So I suppose that also gives us the option to march the Calyx if it's going to be too horrific. Weaver. Okay. We get to blank a lot of damage, and might as well blink their other blocker. Unfortunately, I think we are not going to get through, but hey, maybe I switch to enchantments after this. Mm-hmm. They doubled up the Michiko trigger and targeted their own. Hmm. Oh, yep, and they will get to eat a second thing thanks to Calyx. We will wrap that on up. So, fine, let's... Can't beat them, join them. And with my enchantment deck, I suppose I should really get those Weavers back in. I honestly think we go down wedding announcements are just simply usually too slow. Alright. Dun dun dun. Dwarf. Everybody's favorite Klingon. Slow hand. I think we mull. That has more explosive potential. And I think we ship off the wedding announcement so that we can feel pretty confident in being able to hit our haunting. Against the black deck, I think we run out Kami first. Yikes. Probably eat the Naturalist. Well, simplifies our choice. Fibblethip and Borborygmos. Alright. There goes the Kami. We could run out the Vigil. I think we hold on to the Vigil for haunting value. They aren't particularly pressuring us, and black cannot remove an awful lot of
And you think you can win?
Know
enchantments.
how
I
things
think
rebuild.
we want to guarantee we get the haunting down, so we'll pitch that, play out the haunting, and hope for the best.
Don't overthink.
Lilying us into the ground. There's a reasonable chance that this Lily gets to ult, which is quite scary. Okay, Edict does, so this Lily will ultimate. And I imagine that's going to be
Drop it.
my lands or my haunting. So we'll hold it in hand.
I'm tired of your
Aha, okay, because Ossification can hit the Lily, can hit Planeswalkers, so phew, just in under the wire.
whatever. Luck favors the foolish, after all.
Sholdred is a problem. I think we really want like some Spirited Companions, maybe a Calyx. I think we eat the damage because we want to try. We need to grow those spirits for some value. Okay, second haunting gives us options. Okay, we need some more enchantments. Cutting down all our spirits. So we have one more turn, basically. Spirited Companion, although that does Zod us for 2. We'll need to find some lifelink. But we do have one more turn. We will probably need to remove Sholdred, so we'll need an Ossification. Or I guess we can try quintuple blocking. They probably have removal. Alrighty. Kami comes back. And that is the game, unfortunately. Sholdred, good card, who would have guessed? The Beastquake. Okay, we've got a Kami and a Weaver. I think I just run out the farmland early, since we don't have a 1-drop anyway. Plains. I think we run out the Kami, so that hopefully we can get some value next turn. We'll hold off on that. I do like that they didn't attack with the Swift Spear. Makes me feel a mite more comfortable. I think I will Weaver, setting up for Ossification double hit, and we'll play out the Audacity. Onto the Weaver, I think? Spread out our threats. And I think no attacks. Godric. Alright. Flying. No, we are holding down the ground. So, Brushland, and then we can Visitor and Ossification double tuck. Generous Visitor. Let's bump up our Weaver. And I think we will want to... So, definitely Godric. And then we'll also probably get rid of the Feldon, since that's a tough one to block. Hopefully hold back those Swift Spears. Okay. Awesome. Just how we drew it up. Or I suppose someone else drew it up. Celine. Okay. Potentially explosive. If we get an unanswered naturalist. Having the thickets, I do think, makes this a much, much happier deck. There are a lot of times where some of the specific rare lands you can swap out a fair bit, but I think this is one that very much needs those early untapped lands. Our wedding announcement makes good sense. However, we might ossify the bat, just so we can get that going. As there's not going to be a lot of other targets, I imagine. We might be walking into a board wipe. I think that's actually probably... I think that's a decent play. Because, like, a temporary lockdown, I don't want to just run out all the companions. Denick. Okay. Let us companion. Okay. Calyx could do some fun stuff. But I do worry about it being vulnerable. You do kind of want to get value immediately with Calyx. So let's do a second companion. And no attacks. Virtue. So I imagine not a board wipe? I think I feel good trying to trade the two soldiers. Okay. Play out the thicket. I think we Vigil and Michiko. Really want to hold back that Calyx for now. And I sense a removal spell, so let's try it on a Spirited Companion. I think we'll be okay without the lifelink. Alright. Destroying the Michikos. Interesting. So the longer term play there. Rafine. So this is a lot of single target. They may not have Wraths. But now we get to Audacity and get some value this turn, I believe. So let's load up our Knight, since it's got Vigilance, and it will not die. They didn't want to trade both of those simply to prevent me getting Calyx value, so seems reasonable. And paging Geoderm. Alright, Azure Fire. Okay, Visitor into Naturalist, and then hopefully draw a bunch of cards. Seems solid. There's our one of Overgrown Farmland. And it should be able to do untapped things. They don't have a cut down, so... Okay, running that up. Oh, sorry, don't have a cut down that turn. Alright. Companion. Second Generous Visitor. If they've got something like a lockdown, we will be very sad, but I think we gotta try it. We'll put one on the Naturalist, and the other on the Visitor. Okay, they did not think they had the answer. Sometimes I get nervous, because I do not want to get swept, and you just need to apply the maximum pressure. Sometimes you gotta make them have it. Alright, Pitras 21. Okay. We can run out the farmland tapped turn 1, probably. Mull to 5. Is this going to perhaps be a combo-y deck? They don't have removal. Okay, they might. I was looking forward to a Naturalist Audacity, and I still might try that. But we'll do the second Companion. Okay, Weaver. But I think we're just going to try the Audacity. And that seems good. Into Lockdown. Ursa's Silex. Okay. So they will be able to Wrath next turn. It destroys the permanents. Okay. In that case, I think we Companion, draw a card since it replaces itself. Then we do an Audacity, since that will also draw us cards. And then we can Naturalist to rebuild. Don't think we're in a terrible spot. Okay. Farmland, I guess it's not a one of. I don't know the ratios I've got right now. But then we can dump the rest of our hand, possibly into another board wipe, but I shall take the risk. At least we will have some scries, even if they do wipe us. Does not look like they've got the wipe immediately. So do they have an answer so they don't die next turn? Don't know. Let's attack in. Okay. So they live at 1. I think I will hold the Skrelv, and we can scry 2 end of turn. Okay. We do get to draw a card, thanks to the Naturalist. Suppose I should have scried before the draw. I think both of these are decent. Actually, Visitor... No. Okay, Audacity isn't that good because we aren't trying to go big. So, just having another threat, I suppose. Let's run out Skrelv, I think. Play the Thicket tapped, and we've got another Scry. I don't want to do 2 creatures, because I think we've got them pretty much dead to rights. Okay, maybe I should have, since Jace can blanket.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. Our plans have been
Let us scry. Okay, Michiko's might give us lethal, because we do the Visitor, and then Michiko's gives +2/+2, and we get 1 counter off of Visitor. So, do we have them? Yes, we do! Watch my Skrelv grow! Alright. Probably looking at 2 more matches. So if we win both of them, we end off at Gold 1. OG Ant-Man. Okay. We'll give it a try. Companion into Audacity and Rain. Automated Artificer. Okay. I have not seen the Artifact deck running that before, so I'm curious to see it pop off. I guess it could trigger the map? No, it's only for a spell, not abilities. Ooh, blue-white tokens. Alright. Unfortunately, the Naturalist is not actually super great. Since we are kind of choked on white, but I'll make that trade for him. You know, we don't want them flipping the Smithy. Okay, we've got a Visitor and a Kami, and then probably just a Vigil for now. Let's put it on the Naturalist, I think, so we can try attacking through. If we trade for a land, I'm okay with that. Alright. This does seem to be... Oh, okay, that is a board wipe. 2 or... Ah, all others, okay. I think we'll do another Vigil. Unstable Glyph Bridge. Solid. That gets quite annoying, crafting it. This seems... I'm guessing this is something they put together, and I like it. Oh boy. Could really use another white source. On the bright side, we get to attack with everything here. Because that Michiko's can go on our Vigilance Knight. Okay, 5 damage probably to the Kami. Because that's only tapping for mana right now. I wonder if they actually play Urza. Okay. So we can only cast or attack in a turn. So I think in this case, we want to attack and keep up the pressure, because they probably need to jump with something. Or they certainly need to block with something. I suspect they'll try and kill it. Nope, they will just go to 5. Or go to 2. And then we will still be able to scry. Okay. This is an impressively frightening deck. Oh man, I need to remember to sacrifice the Vigil in response to forced card draw. Okay. So we can ossify. Although I suppose we will need to ossify the leveler so that it doesn't get to just destroy. Yep, we cannot attack this turn. That is alright. Because we do not need to be big to be lethal at this point. Okay, they can flip the smithy. Okay, so we will need to cast a spell in order to kill them, I think. Or, no? Blast zone equal to it, and it has 1 on it, so that can't kill us, so I think we have them dead if we do an all-out attack. Oh no, the anchorage! But they didn't flip the anchorage. Oh no! I forgot about the manlands, but so did they. Alright. Well, let's do one last game. See if we can make it to Gold 1. And then take a break before we come back for something that's not magic in 3 hours' time. Bionic. Just short of being a Bionicle. This is not a keepable hand. This is an awkward hand, but I think we can pitch a Plains and make it work. Oh no! Now, we're on the other side of it. We would really love a forest, I think. Well, speak of the devil. Lay out 2 visitors. And then hopefully draw some good stuff and not die to what we were running earlier. Not going to block that. As they probably have a bounce spell, because we could try double blocking. I would be okay with that trade. I would not be okay with that complete blowout. Okay, I very much like the Calyx. Then we will try to Audacity, probably. Or do we hold off on the Audacity? No, we need to be able to block stuff. I think I shall Audacity the Naturalist. Ooh, okay. Aspirant's Ascent. That's mighty close to lethal. That's a cute way to do it. Combat tricks. Alright. Well, let's Calyx. We'll put... Yep, I think we just keep growing our visitors. We'll put 1 on the Naturalist. Then let's see if we can ossify their Rot Priest. And then, hopefully, ossify their Duelist. Yes. Ossification. Attach to the forest. No, we want to put that on one of our creatures, of course. Okay, back from the brink. Awesome, I think we got to run them over. Alrighty. Whew. Alright. That will do it for Magic today. Made it up to Gold 1. Cruising along. Definitely. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I appreciate it. And if you want to stick around and see some non-magic content from me, you can check the schedule. It will be 3 hours from now. I will come back and be doing some drawing, having some fun, just learning basic shapes and trying to get to the point where I can have art that I am happy with when I make it. Thank you and have a lovely rest of your day.